there have been three headlines that should alarm every American. First, the Supreme Court is being asked to overturn the legality of gay marriage. Second, Donald Trump has deployed the National Guard against American citizens, our most vulnerable American citizens, homeless people in Washington, D.C. Third, voting rights are under attack, with the Supreme Court and state governments rolling back protections while gerrymandering rigs districts. These aren't isolated issues. They're part of a broader erosion of democracy. Add to this stagnant wages, unaffordable housing, and the disappearance of the middle class. Seriously, there is no middle class anymore. It's a reality many of us refuse to acknowledge, but it's real. We are all surviving, not thriving. The middle class today is essentially the millionaire class. If you think politically motivated violence is bad now, wait until America catches on and realizes that it has no voice and that it has no recourse to change things. That's when things are really going to get bad. So how can we avoid going down this path? The solution starts with coalition building. We cannot solve this in silos. Conservatives, moderates, independents, and progressives need to see the common threat: loss of political power for ordinary people. And I want to be clear here, the working class has more in common with each other, regardless of politics or party, than with billionaires shaping policy for their own gain. We're all 1 or 2 bad months from being homeless. So here's the pitch to those on the right. The Democratic Party today is not the radical party that you've been told to fear. It's a center-right party, similar to Reagan-era Republican. They support workers' rights, family values, and personal freedoms. They reduce the deficit and foster healthier economies. The GOP, on the other hand, is restricting our rights, dismantling democratic safeguards, breaking the economy, ballooning the deficit, and consolidating powers in ways that hurt everyone outside of the wealthiest elite. If you want a functioning democracy, you can't vote for those tearing it down. I urge you to vote either Democrat or take part very early in the Republican candidate process to filter out extremists and get in moderates. We don't need to go to the far left. No one is asking you to do that. We just need to pull our country back to the center so we can have healthy and productive political discourse. That said, I am curious how many of you out there think we should all just swear off Democrats and Republicans entirely and vote strictly third party going forward. I would love to see this take off, if I'm being honest. Democrats, you should also be doing what I've told the Republicans to do. Get involved early in the political process, because the Democratic Party does have a problem with the establishment as well. Make sure that we are voting in people who actually represent everyday Americans, not the ultra wealthy and not the established Democrats who are in office currently. We need fresh blood in the Democratic Party just as much as the Republican Party needs fresh blood as well. And that kind of comes to the final thing. Gen Z. You're roughly 25% of the voting age population, but only account for 12% of the votes. Meanwhile, older generations are roughly 75% of the voting age population, but 88% of the votes. This gap is enough to swing entire elections. I know it feels like your vote doesn't matter, but it does. It's critical. The status quo will never change without it. I love how passionate you are online and at protests, but you need to take that energy with you into the voting booth, and you need to use that energy to get your friends and family to vote as well. If you don't, the erosion of our rights will continue. If we hope to overcome what is happening now, we need a voting bloc that can win no matter how much they gerrymander and how much they roll back voting rights. So build unlikely alliances, bring in those who disagree, and turn out to vote, or America as you know it will disappear.